Hello, and today we'll be learning how to use a micropipette. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're picking out a pipette is to look at the range of the pipette. These are usually located on the back of the micropipettes, or sometimes on the top of the micropipettes will also tell you what the range should be. You're going to want to make sure you pick one that's within the range of the volume that you want to pull up or transfer. For my case, we're going to do 7.5 or 750 microliters. So this would be a pipette that can do that because it goes up to 1 mil. So the next thing you're going to want to do is set your micropipette to the amount of volume you want to dispel or pull up. To do that, you're going to rotate the dial. For certain pipettes, you're going to have a lock on them, so you're going to want to make sure you first unlock the pipette before you start rotating the dial. If you don't, it's going to be very hard to rotate and there's potential that you'll break the pipette. So always check for locks before you start twisting. And then once you are at the volume that you want to use, you go back to the top and lock the pipette. This just makes sure that when you're actually using it, you don't accidentally rotate it and change the volume that you're pulling up and expelling. The next thing about micropipettes is there are 2 stops to them. So the first stop is where you would push down to pull up volume. The second stop is what you would use to expel all of the volume from the pipette. For micropipettes, you also want to make sure that you are keeping them 90 degrees when you are pipetting. The more angle you have in it, the less accuracy you'll have with your micropipette when you're pulling up and expelling the liquids. So for the first, once you have your micropipette set, you're going to go ahead and put a tip on it. So to put a tip on, you just put the pipette over the tip, push down, and then there you have a tip. And then to start pulling up volume, you're going to go down to the first stop, put your micropipette into your solution, pull up, take the pipette out of the liquid, move it over to wherever you are transferring the liquid to, and then to expel, you go down to the second stop. And then the last thing would be taking the tip off. So depending on your purpose of the micropipette, you may need to take the tip off every single transfer, or you can do multiple transfers before you take the tip off. But to expel the tip, all micropipettes will have some kind of device at the top where it's a lever. So you put it over the trash can or biological waste if you're using biologicals, and push down on the lever, which will expel your tip.